All right, it's pretty easy to disassemble the PMR 30. Basically, you have a pin in the middle, and there's a large end to the pin and a small end. You just take a punch. Sometimes it takes a little persuading to get that done. And just tap that pin. Let's get it. I don't know if it'll work here. Cruddy spot. I just get it moving. Take that pin out. And it will fall right out. There's nothing retaining it in there very well. So, once the pin's out, just take your slide your slide off. In order to take this apart, I learned a trick. A guy showed me, just push out with your thumb here, grab a hold of the rod, let everything go back, and then just hold up, pull the buffer off, slide the barrel, everything to the front. This thing should just lift right out of there. Barrel comes out, and and then you have the top part mounted with those 4 screws. You can see the holes in the bottom of it for those 4 screws. Just take those out. Like I said, once I released these, that firing pin went back. So there's something in here that is got some real close tolerances. I don't know if maybe a file or a stone or sandpaper real lightly can cure some of that. So I need to keep an eye on this while I'm at the range. If I run into this problem, I'm going to have to investigate a little further. Basically, again, take these 4 screws out. I've had these screws out before for the scope mount on top, but I've never taken it apart beyond that. Didn't know how to do that. Just take the 4 out. And this cover. Okay, I'm just going to pry up with just a touch on it. Probably don't even have to. Maybe I'll just hit it with just a little tap. Break it loose. Pry the top off. There is a small spring under there for the firing pin. You don't want to lose. That comes right off. And take a look inside there. I don't know if the light's going to help us too. So there's the small spring. He's terrible. And then that firing pin goes all the way to the back here. See that? And it drives the, we call it a firing pin, right? Firing pin into the, if my camera would focus, you'd be able to see a little better, but you could see the firing pin. But again, it was just stuck out and wouldn't allow that shell to load up all the way. Oh, I've seen videos before where these things were broken. Firing pin, mine's not broken. I don't know if it was just gummed up in here with a lot of oil and dirt. But took it apart, cleaned it. I didn't take it apart any further than this. You can drive these 2 pins out, and being careful to make sure your ejector, you don't mess that up in the spring. But again, just I cleaned all that up, and it seems to be functioning fine. But I don't know why clamping down on this, you know, what it's hitting that's putting pressure down. I can't really, I mean, there's a little bit of wear marks on there in the back there. I don't know if you can see that real well, but it kind of lines up with the ejection or the mold, those round dots for the molds. Maybe that has something, I don't know. But something else is hitting it, pressing down on it. Maybe a little filing or a sandpaper down in a couple of these spots would prevent that. So But anyway, just keep an eye on that if you're at the range and your shells don't want to load all the way and they're just getting jammed into the barrel, being on an angle like that, and it wouldn't load. That might possibly be what you're running into. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.